Okay, welcome back to another day of the 30-day sketchbook project. Today we are on day 10. But before I get into this, I just wanted to talk about the one I did last time. So it was this one, you're supposed to do bubbles on black paper. Quite enjoyable, but at the same time, I hated it because I just couldn't get it right. But someone left a really good comment and said that maybe if I tried using sharpened pencils, like really super sharp pencils, that might help. So I did try it. It still hasn't come out perfect, but I had so much trouble sharpening the pencils. You know how when you sharpen a pencil and it just, it's broken, so they just kept falling off, and I did it 5 times and the leads were just breaking. So then I tried doing it with a blade and I couldn't get them quite sharp enough, but it was sharper, and I think it has made a bit of a difference. I started playing around with this. I did try different things, but basically I do think that was a very useful tip, and I am going to play around with it a little bit more and see what I can do. I'm still not entirely happy with it, but it is better. And someone else left a comment saying that actually look through the lens at it, it looks better than what you think it is. And when I do look through the lens, it does look a little better, but I want to look at it here and think, oh yeah, that looks amazing, that looks like a bubble. But for all I know, hers might not look like proper bubbles on the paper without the camera looking at it, So anyway, so yeah, I've actually already drawn this video's exercise, because I thought it was a little bit boring, to be honest, but it was so super quick. It took me like, I don't know, a couple of minutes. Actually it's not true. I don't know how long it takes, because very often when I'm here and I'm doing this stuff, I've got no concept of how much time has passed, and then when I stop the recording on the video, it's like an hour and 10 minutes or something like that, and I'm thinking, wow, I didn't realize I'd been sitting here that long. So anyway, I think it probably took me no more than a few minutes. And yeah, it was fine, but you can see the finished project. I went over it again with a darker pencil because I wasn't sure that the camera was picking up the light pencil. But you can see, I mean, it's not an amazing work of art, but you get the idea that it's a flower, don't you? So yeah, that was interesting to do, but I'm going to move on today to another one. So we're going to go to day 11, because this is again another sort of one that doesn't really engage me that much, but it's worth doing because you know what it is. So I just think I would love to write beautiful writing. So if I'm doing like a journal page or something, I want to add lovely writing to it. But it just seems like so much work to draw the grid and then do the writing and then rub out the grid, and oh my God, but I am going to try it anyway. I've just realised I haven't got my ruler. One sec. Okay, here we go. So the idea is you draw a grid. So they're all equal distance from each other. So you've got equal distance there, you've got equal distance there. What are they supposed to be? I choose to space these at 2 centimetres. Okay, 2 centimetres it is. So let's try it. Oh, I should have really done that over there, so I've got some space here. But anyway, maybe I'll go this way. Okay, it looks a bit messy, but so basically, look, I did it like this, and then I thought, okay, maybe these slants, can you even see that? Can you see that one? I'll go over it. I thought maybe these diagonals aren't diagonal enough, so I made them even more diagonal and then tried it again. It does look a bit messy because I went over it in 2 different pencils. And then I just wrote it here without the grid, and I thought, well, how is it any different? What do I need the grid for? If I know that I want to do these slanty letters, why do I need a grid? Do you know what I mean? Look, I mean, what do I need a grid for? I mean, yeah, the spacing could be better here. Okay, let's go again. Look, so ooh. I just don't see how this is any better than this. Yeah, I'm not convinced by this one. I just don't see the point in that. I could do this without the grid. Well, I think I'm going to leave it there. Let's have a look at what we're going to be doing next time, shall we? So next time we've got a sketch dump. So it's a bit more drawing. Yeah, well, I do suppose I do have to practice my drawing because that's one of my weakest areas. And then what have we got? Oh, maybe I could make a bit more of it, couldn't I? I could draw a few bits and pieces together like this. Actually, that is quite nice, isn't it? So if I expand on it, like, you know, the last week we had that bubble one. And then once I did the bubbles and I wasn't happy with them, I thought, well, I'm not going to waste the paper and having these beautiful pencils. So I just did some mark making and it turned into something else. So maybe that looks boring, but when you put them all together like that, you get to practice a bit of painting or drawing or colouring in or whatever. So maybe that'll be good. All right, then I will see you again next time. Yeah.